just at Broadmead in Bristol, the shopping centre. It's quite good, not so bad. Just been uploading some screen recordings of Facebook Messenger chats with Connor this morning. I did one for February, I did another one for April. When I did the one for May, which is when that bent copper Chris Tapley, who kidnapped him and another woman and raped them while he was on the phone, I was going to record back because I sent the audio file to my brother via Messenger chat, and I've got it saved within Facebook Messenger. But as I started to do it, a guy came and sat next to me in the hostel and started playing music really loud, because I have to turn the audio recording on the screen recording app on, which means you can hear everything that's said. So I left the room and then I went upstairs and I went to go and sit in the toilet so I could record the Facebook Messenger chat, play the audio file and do it quietly. And then a guy came and sat next to me and started sort of coughing and shouting really loudly so you could hear through the cubicle door. It just sounds really, really far-fetched, but the reason why people are doing this is because they're trying to suppress the evidence, and every time I record anything they're trying to make it look like I'm somewhere that I'm actually not. Yeah. The hospital various times tried to claim that I wasn't there when I was, and various hostels and people have tried to contact them. I've been informed, I've also been told that there's nobody there when they've tried to get hold of me, which is kind of shit. But yeah, I just went and bought some eggs and some sausages from Poundland, and I'm going to go and cook them at the hostel, and then I'm going to carry on uploading some evidence. No one's ever going to believe. This guy was in Ashburton police station, and he came over to my house with another woman who'd been abducted, and they disabled my CCTV, and then they got some guys to come and use streamers right outside the door so that nobody would hear when I opened the door and said, "What the fuck, this isn't a police officer," and started shouting. All of the evidence is online. There's a couple of young women who've been abducted and have been violently raped, but they've been getting raped by the police. So there's not really much I can do about it. And every time I go anywhere, you get people who just sort of use their mobile phones and kind of casually, accidentally, on purpose, point them at my face. Typically when I'm behind sort of like green backgrounds or plain colour background or anything that's fixed image. So if I'm next to like a billboard in the street, we're walking down the street and there'll be somebody that will walk past with their phone camera and just sort of point it at me, like really obviously, and to try and capture an image. No one's ever going to believe that, and a lot of the stuff I'm sort of alleging is pretty unbelievable. But thing to do when you think something's happening, or if you know something's happening and no one's ever going to believe you, just say it and just make that claim. Because if it's not true, it doesn't really matter. You look like a bit of a dickhead. But if these things are really happening, even if you think no one's ever going to believe you, it's best to upload it. Because yeah, it's not really great when people get oppressed and murdered and tortured by mind control cults in the UK, and the police and the government and various different businesses become involved, especially the NHS. You know, the NHS is really valuable, really important asset there to try and save people's lives. My brother was kept at NHS property and violently starved and raped on numerous occasions, which is really dark, and it's, you know, it's a horrible thing, but it's true. So yeah, I've got the receipt here somewhere. What did I get? Springvale Irish recipe sausages used by the 5th of February, and a box of delicious fresh farm eggs for only £1 each. I'm living on a budget today because I'm poor, and Connor's ignoring me. He's blocked me on Facebook, he's blocked me on social media because all the guys that have been abusing him are shitting themselves that they're going to go to prison for the rest of their lives, and they definitely should. They're just disgustingly damaged, depraved, emotionally retarded human beings. But look, see that guy, he's listening to reggae in his car. That means he's a good person, and there is some hope for humanity. Even if my hair's falling out, no one's ever going to believe me. I'm sure somebody somewhere will find a way of working something out.